But this young man, we were playing his music, and we were like, "Who in the world is this wonderful ministry?" Not knowing that this gentleman was the one and only part of the group. We would just see the name New Mercy Group,
Mm-hmm.
and so as time went on, he continued to follow the show, and he was a faithful
Mm-hmm.
viewer and
Mm-hmm.
listener, and we became to know him as Mr. Chuck Stewart from New Mercy Group.
What's happening, man? Uh,
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So I want to get the beef out right away. Okay. First and foremost, the spelling of the name your group, NU capital MEC. I mean MERC Ministry. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question.
I love it. It's catchy.
No, 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 no. I just want to ask the question. Did they tell you that you can't have spaces in between when you came up with New Mercy?
Oh, Jesus.
No, it was nothing like that. A lot of people, are used to just the NEW, MERCY.
Mm-hmm.
When God gave me the group, He said, "Hey, you're going to be unique. You're going to be different."
Mm-hmm.
And He gave me the spelling. A lot of groups these days are spelling with the NU as new.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just put the NU with the MER and just the capital C, so that if you pronounce it out, you had the new, then the MER C.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came up with that because every day God has given us a brand new mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He didn't have to wake us up, but He did because of His grace and mercy.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted God to realize that every day I was going to tell Him thank you for allowing me to see a day that wasn't promised to me.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for that brand new mercy.
Well,
And so that's how the name New Mercy came about.
okay, but that's not
Yeah.
my beef. I just wanted to start off with that because I want everybody to know, how to spell your name and everything. My beef is before you got on to the Zoom, or when you got onto the Zoom, you showed us where you was at almost as a tease of your profession. So tell people where you at, because they didn't get to see that little shot you gave us, but they should probably guess by your lanyard who's your favorite team.
Well, I hate to do this, but this is my favorite team.
Oh, really?
And I work for the Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
I'm here. I'm here today. They got a lot of different meetings going on. They had a game last night against my favorite team. And some of their meetings don't take place here at the stadium, but some of the meetings do take place here at the stadium. So I work here as a captain supervisor, and I'm over like phone calls. I'm over like people's lost and found, trying to correspond with them as far as coming back to pick the items up. A lot of people try to come back after the game. We can't do that because we're closing the stadium, and we have to get with them like the next business day as far as if something was found and brought to us. So that's where I am with that.
Okay. Did
Wow.
you find my wallet the other day? It had about $5,000 in it. Did you find it so I come pick it up today?
Right. Where in San Diego, though?
No, we didn't. A lot of times before wallets and things are sent back to us, it touches other people's hand that found it. I mean, we do have some very good people up here that are returning your things without going through your things. We do have those type of people with integrity up here. Some of the people.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't find a wallet.
Okay, because if they return it, I'll give a $5 reward.
Right. Now,
Right.
where did your group start from, Chuck? How did you get the group members? How did you start your group? Where'd you start from?
I went to a church called Power and Authority. It's a non-denomination church. I was a choir director, and I asked God. I always prayed to God. I said, God, what I love to do. My profession, and I want to. I have memories. I have things in my head that I wanted to get out. Not just the group. I want like a diverse group. I don't just want it to be one particular color.
Mm-hmm.
You know, God loves us all, no matter what color we are. And so I begin to write down the vision and make it plain to God what I wanted to do according to his will and his purpose. So being a choir director, I learned how to do parts, you know, alto, soprano, tenors. I learned how to teach parts.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just God preparing me. Once he came with the group, I said, God, I don't want to pretty much take anyone from the church, but I want you to give me people. I want you to put people in my life that wants to sing, that wants to be a part of a group. And God did that. He, in my job, Wells Fargo, I worked from 6 in the morning to 2:30. And the group that I work with, there was a young lady named Shadana that always sung when she came in. And it just so happened she sat by me. And I'm like, Shadana, you know, I sing also. I have a group that I'm starting. And she said, hey, say no more.
Okay, wait a minute. Before you go there, the Shadana got a nickname?
No, it's just Shadana.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and she's one of the group members that she just put a single out that's on YouTube as well. And so God began to just bring people into my life who sing in the group, people that love to sing, that loves to travel, that loves to do certain things. He began to put these people in my life, and that was what made New Mercy. It was people that saw the same vision I had, people that wanted to sing, people that wanted to worship God and wanted to not really trying to be on a platform, not really trying to be a show type of choir, show type of group, because you have those groups that love showing out, you know, and it's fine, you know, as long as you got the anointing with it, that's cool, but that's not what New Mercy was about. I wanted to dedicate everything that I do to God because I wanted God to know my heart and know what type of person I was. And that everything that he gives me, songs that he gives me, I want to dedicate it back to him as I put the songs together.
Wow, so how long have your group been in existence?
Since 2010.
Oh, you guys have had a nice little stretch.
Yeah. We would do like different musicals and things like that. And we would do like other people's songs, you know, cover songs, Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, you know, different songs like that. While I was still writing songs, I had to wait on the perfect timing, which God gave me the perfect producer. His name is Aaron Carter. He's out of Houston. Aaron Carter is a Stellar Award-winning producer from North Carolina originally. So he gave me the perfect team to be around. You know, I have a producer that don't mind coming to my house if he needs to, that don't mind traveling if he needs to. So he gave me someone that prayed about it first, because I told him, pray about it and see if this is something. Call me the next day and say, hey, God showed me. He showed me our project.
Wow.
So that to me was confirmation, because anytime that I ask someone to do something for me, I want them to pray about it, because I don't want them to have any regrets on this journey that we're taking. And then I want God to show them me just like he showed me them.
So
if you understand what I'm saying. So go ahead.
So let me ask you this question. How did it all start for you? When did you know that you had this musical ability and talent, and when did you catch the fever for this type of work?
It actually started in high school. I would always, in high school, I played football here in Texas, and I would always be the one in the locker room singing. We had a talent show, and with the talent show, I kind of got with a group of guys, and we were almost like the Boys to Men before Boys to Men. I mean, we were harmonizing, we were singing, and the name of that show, I'd never forget. It was called Love See No Color, and we got these shirts made that said Love See No Color, and ever since then, after that talent show, which we did win the talent show, I just had this knack for singing. You know, everywhere I go, I sing. So when my mom went to church, before we were going to church, I would say, Mom, I want to go to church with you. because I wanted to hear the choir sing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to hear the Sunshine Band sing, and eventually joined the choir at the age of like 12, 13, 14, and stayed in the choir, and then moved from that church to another church, immediately joined the choir. It was always something about praise and worship. Like, I just found myself crying, you know, and at first, being a young teenager, you don't realize what it is. You don't realize why you're crying. And it's just that everything that I went through as a young teenager, because you go through peer pressure as a teenager in high school. You go through trying to talk to different girls, or being on the football team, or doing this or doing that, or guys saying, hey, do you want to smoke with us?
Right.
You know, and you're not doing it. You go through that type of thing. But I had friends that was actually passing away at the age of 17, 16.
Jesus.
And for God to shield me, for he let things to pass over me, and for me to realize these things in praise and worship, I just begin to cry. There's always something about praise and worship. And then when the choir come behind praise and worship, and they're singing nice songs, I wanted to be a part of that singing. I wanted to be a part of pouring my heart out to God through vocal. And so once I was sing in choirs and at church, then I began to hear God. I began to hear him tell me I can do better. I can go further. He wanted me to do something different than what, you know, the world was doing or what the churches was doing. And so that's when New Mercy was created.
So let me ask you this question. This is a rumor, and you can tell me if it's true or not. I heard back in the day when you was on the football team, when you was on the line or when you was doing your thing, you'd be singing to your opponent like, you ain't gonna get this, and you know everything, I heard that you were singing, and people used to say, you don't want to get up there. If he starts singing, you in trouble. Is there any truth to that? You know, what position did you play, first of all?
I was a running back.
Okay, so
in
that's
high
what I
school.
heard. You were singing while you was running, and that's what kept you balanced.
No, I was actually a running back, and I was quick. I was the type of guy, because I'm 5'5", I was scared to get hit, especially by bigger guys. So I was more of if I saw you, I ran away from you. But it was a good thing, because I wasn't running the opposite way. I was running away from you, going the way that I needed to go.
Towards that touchdown.
And I never took straight on hits until I got in college. And so, but no, the singing thing, I sung on the field, but it wasn't to no one like that. No.
So did you
always before the play?
Did you go to college for football? Did you play football in college?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Yeah. Texas Southern University. Houston.
TSU.
Yes, sir.
I went to Pine Bluff. We're in the same conference as SWAC.
Oh, Pine Bluff in Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And didn't LaDainian Tomlinson come from TSU?
No, he came from TCU.
TCU.
No,
Okay.
Right.
TCU. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you went to a HBCU.
Yes.
And you guys have a good they have good gospel.
That's how I became a Steelers fan. My cousin's name is Michael Finn, that transferred from Texas to Arkansas Pine Bluff. And so when he transferred from Texas to Arkansas Pine Bluff, we would go and see him, and then he originally got drafted for the Steelers. And so I would go in high school. I would go to see him play a game at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Robert Earl Dean.
What a story. And TSU produced Yolanda Adams and different singers, because you guys have a phenomenal gospel choir.
Yes. And some of you guys know Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan, yes.
Michael Strahan, New York Giants. He came from TSU.
Really?
He has actually left 2 years before I got there.
Well, man, can you let Michael Strahan? Did you see the joke that he played when one day he came and they had said that Michael Strahan had got his gap fixed in his teeth, and he had taken a picture with the gap fixed, and everybody like, no, and then he come back the next day. Oh, I was just playing.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Wow, but he was a phenomenal football player as well.
And a great personality. Great personality.
TSU. TSU is known for their alumni. You guys have that
Yeah.
Thurgood Marshall School, I believe, that law school.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. So let me ask you this: who are your biggest musical influences? Be it gospel or secular, that has impacted your music.
Um, well, the top of the line is Kirk Franklin. You know, I love Kirk Franklin. I got a chance to
Texas.
sing with Kirk Franklin when Kirk Franklin first started. He was doing workshops,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
and I got a chance to sing in a couple of workshops with Kirk as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like one of the influence. When I saw the way he like commanded the stage, not just the stage, but commanded the song, the way he arranges songs was like crazy to me. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, like this man is like a genius.
Yeah.
I got to meet Pamela and David Mann. Actually, I go to a church called New Breed
Yeah.
here in Fort Worth, and the pastor there is Pastor Daryl Blair.
Yes. And
Which-
Tanya.
Daryl used to sing with the family also, and now
What
he's
you
a pastor.
looking for? I know what you're
Yeah.
looking for. Mm-hmm.
And
Well-
so that's the church David and Tamala go to when they're home.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way a lot of people don't know, David can sing.
Oh yes, he
Oh yeah,
can.
You
yeah,
know,
we know.
Now Tamala is crazy. The way she sings is beautiful. But a lot of people don't understand, know that David can sing because of the comedy and the comedian
Yeah.
that he is. But these are some of the guys that influenced me. I got a chance to be side by side singing tenor with Daryl.
Yeah.
And me and Daryl, I was a younger teenager. He's not that far from me. I think Daryl was like 19 at the time, and I think I was 17 when we were doing workshops with Kirk Franklin. And for me being all hyper and matching his voice tenor, and he's like, man, you're a powerful tenor, you know?
Yeah.
And just to hear that and to see these guys go on and Kirk Franklin go on and become like what we call a celebrity,
Yes.
gospel celebrity superstar right now.
Yes.
You know, he's like the GOAT.
Yeah.
Got a chance to meet Fred Hammond. Fred Hammond stays here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And now Marvin Sapp just moved here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He has a church here in Fort Worth. So I got a chance to meet some of these guys, and they're just beautiful, man. Their personality and things are just beautiful. So I got a chance to meet some of these guys, but they're like my biggest influence, though.
All right.
That's some great ones. Some great ones.
So we want you to tell people where they can find you, connect with you, and then introduce this new song that we're going to share with the world.
So you can find me. My name is Chuck Stewart, but I'm under New Mercy, which is spelled Numerc. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. You can go on YouTube and put in New Mercy Gospel, Numerc Gospel. We're coming out with some other songs. I have a song called So Amazing. You can look that song up. It's a beautiful song talking about God. This was my first song. And then I have a song called Greater. And then today you're going to hear the song called Breathe by New Mercy.
Right here on GOD Radio 1.
.com.